But nowadays, the women, it has been thrust on them. And we have to take up the responsibility too. So it's nowadays, I don't want to agree with that it is the male that have the greater responsibility.
Okay.
I believe that the woman has a responsibility in the family. It's not the male alone. If you look at what is happening these days, you will realize that the female children look after their parents more than the male children, particularly when they are married. The man looks after his own wife, takes his wife and his children. But the woman is always thinking of the parents, only thinking of the father, thinking of the mother. So it's not fair to say that the woman should not have.
Should get only 50% of what the man gets.
No, I don't believe it. And even in our tradition, the female child has power over two things. For instance, in most cultures in Yoruba land, the female child is the regent. Once another passes away, it's the female child that takes over as the regent.
Not all the Yoruba land.
I say in most Yoruba land. That's what is happening around here. And the regency is part of the assets. It's part of the inheritance.
I think the regency is just a way of compensating the female child because she has no right to the throne.
No, but we have seen situations where the female children occupy for more than 10, 15 years.
Sorry, moderator. The regency is a situation whereby, you see, the fear is that when a male becomes the regent, because he's a male and he has the right to the throne, he might now decide to take over the throne and remain there permanently. But for the female, it may not be possible for her to want to remain for permanently. That is why a female is put there, because it will be easier to ask her to leave, and she will not have that gut and the zeal to want to remain as an Oba. Well, Mr. Moderator, thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
What I just want to add is that basically the responsibility of the family lies on male child more than female.
Of course.
That is basically, traditionally, that is it. But in the present day, that is the modern life, maybe we are trying, to mend. I think that you're okay, my barrister. That is the male is the head of the house.
Okay.
Whatever may be the status of a woman, she must be under somebody who will be her controller.
Let's imagine this scenario. The first child of the family is a female child, all right? She's a woman. And maybe this third is a boy. Who is the head of the family in our own African traditional way? Is it the first child or the first boy?
Of course, the third.
The first boy.
The boy.
And is it fair to the woman?
It's fair, because the woman will not stay at home. She will go out. She will leave. That is it.
Okay.
But the law permits the woman, even after she has divorced, to still claim to return to the parents
after the divorce,
or if she becomes a widow.
After the divorce, okay, that is that. But at a time, a woman must get married.
If she wishes to.
If she wishes to. But if she doesn't wish, she will remain what? Yet she will still be under the control of somebody, either her uncle or whatever. A woman should not stay alone. She should not stay idle. She should be under the protection of someone.
Barrister, do you agree with that?
I don't believe that.
I'm sorry, Barrister.
I don't agree with that.
But you are still under the control of your husband.
Yes,
okay.
That's because I decided to marry. But if there's a woman that decides that she doesn't want to marry, and she's the
she'll be under the control of her father then. If her father dies, somebody will step in.
Yes, who will step in? It is not her
It means that there's no time that a woman should stay alone.
We should definitely not be her
be under the control of
that
somebody.
will now take over from
With due respect to the lawyer,
okay.
If a woman, the law allows that if a woman decides to remain, to retain her father's name, even after marriage, the law permits her.
No problem.
So if the man bears the man's name, your father's name, so what difference does it make? Why is he not entitled to anything? And in case she's educated, she is a senator, she is a whatever. how do you bring somebody who is third in position because he's a male
You
to
see,
come and dominate?
the society frowns at a woman who does not get married. You know, you cannot be a woman and say you
No, I
want
say
to-
where she bears, she gets married and retains the
whatever
father's
name
name.
she bears, she's a wife to somebody, and that husband is supreme to her.
May not bear the man's name.
No, even if she does not bear the man's name,
yes.
but she got married to the man, she must get married.
Is it compulsory that a
Then
woman
the
must
woman
marry?
It is compulsory.
The society frowns at it if the woman does not get married.
Islamically, it is compulsory.
So religiously and traditionally too, the moment a woman stays in the house, she's 24, 25, 30, you know, the brothers will start asking her, auntie,
Tola,
bro, what are you doing here? You know, you should go to somewhere and produce your own children. So
Have
the
you
soci-
forgotten about the rights of the woman?
What if she decides, or what if she does not
To have children in
meet
the
somebody
home.
that she wants to marry?
You see, the thing is
And she
that,
decides that for her own peace of mind,
and
she
moreover,
would
you
prefer to
cannot,
stay.
and moreover, even when you are a widow,
That is
you cannot come home.
that
It's
is
not proper for you to
against-
leave your husband's home because
And
he
move
has
back.
died and move back to your home.
What if
you
you
know,
are
that is
forced
the
to?
home where you have to stay and stay forever. It's,
Okay.
it's for
That's
life.
all right.
Death
Mr.
sentence.
Awashini,
Yes, that's a death sentence for a woman.
Mr. Awashini,
It's not a
let's
death
come to the real question
It's
for
the
tonight.
reality.
Right? Does the female child have any right to her father's inheritance?
Yes, I believe that the female child, and that's the essence of my argument all along, that the female child has a right to her father's inheritance because she was born like any other children, she was educated like any other children, and under normal condition, if a female child is a graduate, is a professor, is a senator, so how do you say that she has no right to her parents' father's property? I have said, initially, that the female children look after their parents more than the male children, because the male children look after their wives and their children, but the female child, will always think of the parents, will always think of the father, will always think of the mother. So, if your female child looks after you, takes care of you, women naturally by their nature, they are very sympathetic, they are kind. But the man is there, just going out looking for job, looking for this, looking for that. But the woman is there looking at. So if somebody is there looking after you, how do you distribute your property and say because she's a female child, she will not be entitled to it? I know that people say she may take it to her husband's home, but even whatever she takes to her husband's home, she has her own children there. They will still come back. She will still be devolved to her own children, and her own children, primogenitally, is still part of